I mean, the show, in a sense, starts here, which is the back of the gallery, but I'm always drawn to the corridor at this point, and in a way I usually, or often, formulate it from what goes here, in the section that's almost removed from the main. The exit is the entry is the exit. So this time I especially predicated it on that idea of the mirror work that contains all colours as a monochrome as the start point. So it really just unfolds from here, you know, literally takes you back. You know, I said the work in the corridor, which is called Concentrated Abstraction, is the beginning of the show, but I guess the central aspect of the show is this body of work, which is actually called Formwork. It's based on a fairly simple set of materials and rules that I set myself at the beginning, and then really it just became a thing of following them and of course breaking them when I was ready to do so. But MDF, the particular size and shape of that rectangle of MDF, the use of my own particular palette of colours which I've built up over time, you know, which don't follow the natural system. Then things like perspex, felt, battens, you know, I was kind of limited to that. In this case over here, the use of a screw and a washer to hold something. Everything was really about the materials and the process. And then, I guess, the idea of working with oppositions. So you'd tend to get transparency, then absolute opacity. Soft, felt, you know, hard surface. This sort of slick, screen-like surface of the perspex, you know, a reflective space, but it's fixed in place with a piece of gaffer tape. So just that moving between, and then weightlessness, which appears in some of them. There's degrees of transparency that occur in the actual sandwiching of materials. You know, when I'm talking about, I suppose, dealing with oppositions, the central one would probably be between painting and sculpture, you know, and the classic meeting point of those two is relief. So, you know, relief is the real basis of this whole series. That sort of term that kept coming into mind was painting into sculpture the whole way through. So they are variations on that, but to the point where that kind of relief is happening with the image, the way it's sinking back into the mirror. You know, the back comes to the front. Literally, in this case, it's a stack of battens placed on the front of the mirror. And that thing of the back and the front, exit, entry, as I said, that's how we begin with the work out in the corridor. Yeah. So yeah, think relief, think construction, the series, oppositions.